morning mantras, but let's just first of all settle into our meditation posture. Actually, we have a couple of people from England now. That's great. You guys, thank you. So check your feet and legs and sit bones, hands in the Meditation Mudra. This is before we start. And align your shoulders with your hips. And if you are sitting on a couch, a chair, or up against a wall, try not to lean into that surface. For some of us it's early morning. For some of you it's more like afternoon. But regardless, we just want to, as best we can, unless you're injured or not very well, best we can hold ourselves up. And imagine your spine is that string of pearls of light and it's stretching. Someone is above you, almost imagine like a puppeteer, very gently lengthening your spine. And the head is very gently tipped forward. The eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. The tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And relax the jaw. And just bring your awareness to the crown of the head and relax the scalp, the forehead, and the eyes going to the back of the eye. Just relax all that area there. The nose, the cheeks, the area around the mouth. Relax the crown of the head. Sorry, we just did that. Relax the back of the head, down by the occipital bone particularly. We have some tension there. Just release that. Relax the ears, the inner ear, the temples. Back of the tongue and the jaw. Release any tension in the back of the neck. You can imagine maybe lengthening it again. Drop the shoulders down, and the shoulder blades, the throat. Relax the chest, belly, limbs, hands, fingers, and feet and toes. And just bring the mind to the breath. And just notice the air flowing in and out through the nostrils. Just a slight sensation of cool air as you're inhaling, slightly warmer as you're exhaling. And just notice if there's any sounds in your environment. Here it's still very quiet. The birds haven't got up yet. One neighbour just left for work. Has been her tradition for years now. She leaves at 5:30 on the dot to go to San Francisco. Then all is quiet. So there may be people in your home. So just allow all the sounds of your environment to be there. And notice what distracts your mind in terms of sound. What draws you away. And then very gently bring the mind back to the breath. And check your thoughts. Notice what's arising. And whatever it is that's coming up, however it is you're showing up today, just know that it's okay. And just feel. And try and put some space in between those thoughts. And be like an objective observer. You notice what's arising. Allow it. And then if you don't engage or follow, these thoughts will just disappear. Then they'll fade off. New thoughts will arise. So just imagine we're sitting on the bank of our river, watching, without getting swept away, without being entangled. We're not drowning. We're just sitting there watching. And while we're doing that, we're free. So let's just bring to mind all the people of our life. And this starting with our friends and our loved ones, our spouses, our children. They're our besties. We think about and care about these people. And then we have these people in our life who are irritating. Or as we had last night, someone came to try and harm or disrupt. It was kind of annoying. And then there's the people in our life who are kind of strangers. But it's always good to remember that this friend, this enemy, and this stranger could change place in our life at any time. And they're all equal. It was an excellent opportunity for us last night to try and think of equanimity with this person. Because they're all equal in terms of their wish to be happy. They wish to avoid suffering and this incredible capacity for this enlightened mind. Even though it appears that some people might be further off that than others. But we never know. Because as the Tibetans tend to say, you never know who anyone is. So don't judge. So I think we'll do this little practice this morning for the benefit of all these people in our life and for ourselves as we're moving along our spiritual path and for all sentient beings. So we'll just do one round of our 9-round breathing. So just to remind everybody, breathing in through the right nostril, blissful radiant white light, and pause at the top of the breath. Then breathe out through the left. All your unhealthy desire and attachment energy, grasping and neediness, breathe that out as thick black yucky smoke and it disappears into space. We'll do that 3 times. And breathe in through the left nostril, blissful radiant white light. Pause at the top of the breath, and then breathe out through the right, all the anger, disappointments and judgments, and depression, jealousy, bitterness, grudges. Do that 3 times, and then breathe in through both nostrils, blissful radiant white light. Pause at the top of the breath, and then breathe out through both, all the ignorance. And this just is not knowing the way things truly exist, not understanding karma, dependent arising. We'll do that 3 times. Just 1 set today. So if you're finished, just bring the mind to the breath. If you're not quite finished yet, no problem. Just feel. Is there a change or not? So Matt, if you could allow me to share my screen. Thank you. Okay. So we'll start with this blessing the speech. It's a really good thing to do, but I haven't done it this morning yet, before you talk. So we'll start. I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. I take refuge in the three rare sublime ones. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. So here it says, I clarify myself as the deity. But if you don't have any initiations, you probably wouldn't do that. But you can just go straight to imagining on my tongue a syllable R, and you can imagine AH, and it transforms into a moon. And on top of that appears a white syllable Om. And that is encircled by the white Sanskrit vowels standing clockwise, the red Sanskrit consonants standing counterclockwise, and the blue heart mantra of dependent relation standing clockwise. So light beams irradiate from the syllable Om and the mantra garlands. So just imagine that for a moment. If you can just close your eyes and meditate for a second, just imagining this light on your tongue. And it's light beams are radiating from the Om and the mantra garlands and hooking back the blessings and power of speech of those beyond and not beyond the world in the form of the three mantras, the seven sublime precious objects of a king's reign, the 8 auspicious signs and the 8 auspicious substances. So we'll go straight. Mantras of blessing the speech. So as much as you can, try and just imagine this light on the tongue. We start with the Sanskrit vowels. Om, A, I, U, Tri, Ri, Li, E, U, A, Svaha. Om, A, I, U, Tri, Ri, Li, E, U, A, Svaha. Om, A, I, U, Tri, Ri, Li, E, U, A, Svaha. We have the Sanskrit consonants. So imagine this, as we recite the consonants, red nectar beams flow down from the mantra and fill your whole body, and all negative karmas collected with your speech from beginning this rebirth are completely purified. Om, ka, nya, tsa, gya. Sorry, start again. Om, ka, nya, tsa, gya. Nya, ta, na, ta, na, pa, ma, yara, la, wa, sha, ka, sa, ha, kya, svaha. Om, ka, nya, tsa, gya, nya, ta, na, ta, na, pa, ma, yara, la, wa, sha, ka, sa, ha, kya, svaha. Om, ka, nya, tsa, gya. Sorry, start again. Om, ka, nya, tsa, gya, na, ta, na, ta, na, pa, ma, yara, la, wa, sha, ka, sa, ha, kya, svaha. And as you recite the heart mantra dependent relation, imagine blue nectar beams are flowing down from the mantra and fill your whole body, and all negative karmas collected with your mind from beginningless rebirths are completely purified. Om Ye Dhamma Hetu Prabhava Hetun Tekan Tatagato Hayavada Tekan Sayo Nirade Evamvadi Mahashramanaya Svaha. Om Ye Dhamma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Tekan Tatagato Hayavada Tekan Sayo Nirade Evamvadi Mahashramanaya Svaha. Om Ye Dhamma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Tekan Tatagato Hayavada Tekan Sayo Nirade Evamvadi Mahashramanaya Svaha. Now we absorb the mantras, and the heart mantra of dependent relation absorbs into the consonants into the vowels into the syllable Om, the Om into the moon cushion, that transforms into syllable Ah, the Ah melts into pink nectar and absorbs into my tongue, which becomes the nature of a Vajra. And your tongue becomes very heavy and strong, as difficult to move, as indestructible as a Vajra, and just generate very strong faith that the blessings and power and the speech of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Arhats, Yogis, Sages have entered your speech and made it perfect, and think, my speech has become perfect. So you have power now of speech. So we'll just do a mini dedication. May the tongue sense have all the courage of the ones gone to bliss by the magnificence and power of my words. May all sentient beings be subdued. May all the meanings of whatever words I say be accomplished. So if you have your mala, we'll just do the blessing, the mala here. If you don't, no worries. Om Ruchira Mani Pravarataya, 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 Hum. Are you blowing? Okay. So that's done. I'm just going to skip through these. We've done these before. We can do this again some other time. And then after you've done these, we come to the preliminary prayers. So this is what I wanted to do today. So we'll do this 3 times, Lama Sangye. O Lama Sangye Lama Chöde Shin Lama Gedunde Kungi Je Po Lama Yin Lama Namla Kyab Suji. I've just woken up here. Let's do it again, next verse. Same, 3 times. Lama Sangye Lama Chöde Shin Lama Gedunde Kungi Je Po Lama Yin Lama Namla Kyab Suji. The Guru is Buddha, the Guru is Dhamma, the Guru is also Sangha, the Guru is the creator of all happiness. To all Gurus I take refuge. Okay, the next one, taking refuge in generating bodhicitta. Dro nam dradro sampai sangye chedang gendun la changchub ningpor chiki bar takpa dagni kyabsu chi sherab ningse dangche pe sompe semchen dundu dag Sangye dundu negi te Zogpe jangjub semke do Dro nam dradro sampari Sangye chodang gindun la Jangchub ningpor chiki bar Dagpa dagni kyabsu chi Sherab ningse dangche pe Sompe semchen dundu dag Sangye dundu negi te Zogpe jangchub semke do. With a thought desiring to liberate transmigratory beings, I always take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion and loving kindness in front of the Buddhas for the benefit of sentient beings, I generate the thought of full enlightenment. Purifying the place. Tam che du ni saji dag zeg ma la sog me pardang lag til tar nyam bedur ye rang jin jampor ne gyur chig. So this is the invocation, and I have a dorje bell with me here, and also a stick of incense which I haven't lit. But they say this is your sort of, you'll see from the words. It says burning incense between your folded hands. You also need to have your dorje and bell, so it gets a little bit tricky holding it all. Malu sem chen kungi gong gyur ching du de pung je mi ze John se la ne nam malu yang dag kien yur pe chom dan kor che ne dear shag su so. So the idea is that you would have already done your water bowls or some kind of offering before we do this morning prayers. So if you haven't done that, you can think of all the offerings in your home that actually are there in your Dharma center and Lamsa Rinpoche's houses and in many FPMT centers. So because it's all over the world, there are already some people who have done their water bowls this morning. Rinpoche likes to have his up 24 hours a day for this reason. So we do the offering prayer. La dang mi chepe se no su sham dang yi ki trul Yang Chutrin Lana Me Nam Ke Kam Kun Kyab Gyurjig. So here's our offering cloud mantra. You normally do this while you're ringing the bell, but I'm noticing the bell cuts out the microphone, so we'll just do it without. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramandane Tathagataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Vajre Vajre Ma Vajre Ma Teja Vajre Ma Vidya Vajre Mahabodhi Chita Vajre Mahabodhi Mandopasam Kramana Vajre Sawakama Avarana Vishodana Vajre Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramandane Tathagataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Vajre Vajre Maha Vajre Maha Teja Vajre Maha Vidya Vajre Mahabodhi Chita Vajre Mahabodhi Mandopasam Kramana Vajre Sawakama Avarana Vishodana Vajre Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramandane Tathagataya Arate Samyak Sambuddhaya Tayata Om Vajre Vajre Maha Vajre Maha Teja Vajre Maha Vidya Vajre Mahabodhi Chita Vajre Mahabodhi Mandopasam Kramana Vajre Sawakama Avarana Vishodana Vajre Soha. And with this verse, visualize the offerings you visualized as numberless, and they actually appear to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and have been received. By the power of the truth of the three rare sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of the completed two types of merits, and the pure and inconceivable sphere of phenomena, may these piles of clouds of offerings arising through transformation by the Bodhisattvas, Aryas, Mantabhadra, Manjushri, and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equaling the sky, arise, and in the eyes and in the presence of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions be received. They've changed the translation again. Okay, so here we have the 7-limb prayer. O gosum go pe go ne chag selo ne cham yi trol chutrin malubul tog me ne sag dik tung tam che shag ke pag ke wa nam la je yarang Korwa matang bardu leg jugne drola cheki kolo korwa dang dagjen ge nam jang chub chen porano saji peki juk shing me tog Tram ri rabling ji ni de gyam padi sange jing du mig te o war yi dro kunam dag jing la che par shog Dagi chag dang mong sum kewe yul dranyen barazum lu dang long che che pang pa me pa boge leg jene dog zum rang sa drolwa Shingi Lob Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami. Okay, so that's it, everyone. 3 minutes over. Okay, let's just dedicate all the merit we've created this morning to the benefit of all those people in our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. So thank you very much, everybody. Much love. Thank you for hosting, Matt. And I look forward to seeing some of you this evening. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Katy.
See you. Have a wonderful day. Thanks.